We're here to do some freaking business. We're going to go over my 26 books in 2026. It's not too late to pick your 26 in 26. I don't like that. I'm going to go over the 26 books that I want to read in 2026. 26 books in 2026 is approximately 2.1 books a month. 2 books a month is like half a book a week. Come on. We all can do this. This list is totally achievable. Don't ask me what we're going to do in 2050 because picking 50 books in 2050 may be a challenge, but not today. So I've created a cutie little spreadsheet to help me organize the 26 books that I want to read in 2026. And the reason that I turned it into a spreadsheet is because I was very particular about the books that I was choosing. I wanted to be very strategic about the 26 books that I wanted to read, hands down, no matter what, in 2026. I picked 4 categories for 2026 that I wanted to focus on. The first category is continuing series that I've already started. The second category is going to be starting new series that I've been dying to start. Of course, we have new releases that are on our radar for 2026. And I also have a list of authors that I want to read this year. So with those 4 categories, it's going to equal 26 books for 2026. And I want to go through those with you today. A lot of the books that I share with you today were purposefully picked from my physical TBR because my main goal will always be trying to bring that number down. I unfortunately, but fortunately, am always buying books, whether it's from the used bookstore or deals from Indigo. So there's usually a good stream of books coming in. So it's really important that I work through my physical TBR to keep that number relatively low. I want to go through these books one by one with you and kind of explain to you in a quick way why these are on my list. I'm going to give you a little tour of the sheet real quick. On the left side, we have just a simple checkbox so that when I am done with that book, I can just check it off and never look at it again. Next column, we have our number. So not in order per se, but it's just so I knew that I was filling out 26 books. The next column, we have our titles of all of our books that we're choosing. Next to it, we have our author column. Column E is actually the categories that I filled out first before filling out titles and authors. So what I did, like I said, I wrote those 4 categories in this column. So you can see which ones I'm going to continue, which ones I want to finish, which ones are new authors, which ones are going to be new releases, and which new series that we're going to start. In column F, we have our genres, and there's a lot of sub-genres here listed as well. So we've got our mains kind of at the top. Some of the ones that I read most often are at the top just for ease of use. And then we have a lot of different ones towards the bottom: historical, memoir, self-help, dystopian, literary, graphic novel, dark, gothic, academia, sports. Look, this column you can tag as many as you'd like. I took these tags from Goodreads, so I just took like most of the main ones and added them here. I think this will help me when I'm feeling like I want to mood read. This will really help me decide what book I want to go with next. In column G, we have our owned column. So here it's owned, I do not own, or it's from the library. I do want to see how many books that I don't own that I can get from the library this year. That's from this list. In column H, we have our status. So status being, is it read? Is it unread? Do we plan to read it for the month in a TBR? Are we currently reading it? So is it in progress? And then DNF. The next column is top or flop. So if you've been here, if you've seen any of my review videos, you notice that I've started doing a format where either I rate the book as a top or flop. I think that sometimes ratings can be really overwhelming and they're subjective and, they mean different things to different people. So I wanted to come up with a really easy way to define which books are shelf worthy. So my tops, 4 and 5 stars, and which ones are flops. And we use the word flop really loosely. It doesn't mean that it was a complete waste of my time. It just means that I probably don't need to own it. I probably don't need to continue the series if I don't want to. So anything that's 3 stars or below is typically considered a flop. Very controversial, I know. And then column J is going to be our rating column. So I want to be able to not only track the books that I want to read for 2026, but also what I thought about them. Because then maybe at the end of the year, we can take this list and we can see what kind of our average rating was for the year. And then for column K, we have our TBR months. So this isn't really a necessary column, and it's actually kind of ugly with all these really random colors. But what I want to know is I'm a planner. I like to be organized, and something that I've learned from the app Pagebound, follow me on Pagebound if you're not yet, is that I want to start planning my months, especially as a creator on the internet. I think I have to have a good grasp of the books that I want to read either now or later, or maybe even some of them don't even come out until April or May or June. So it's kind of a nice way for me to see, okay, what can I read currently and what do I need to wait for? And then just in the top right-hand corner, I just have 2 books per month. So that's quick math. If we were to do 2 books per month, we would only make it to 24. So really you want to shoot for either 3 of these books per month or 2.5, carry it to the next month with you. It's whatever you decide. I keep saying you because I really want you guys to feel included in this. I've created a blank spreadsheet for you that is just like this, and I want you guys to use it as well. So there is a link down below in the description. It leads to my Patreon, but you don't have to pay for anything. I have free memberships on my Patreon, and this Google Sheet is not paid. It's a free version. I just want to make this totally accessible to you. It would be really fun if you guys used it too. So if you need a 26 and 26 list, you just use this. Throw in your books, throw in your authors, make your own categories, like do what you want. Okay, so now that you've got the overview of the sheet, let's go through it one by one. We're going to start with continuing series because that is a very important task that we need to achieve in 2026. We want to make sure that as we're starting new series, we're moving old series out of the TBR. First, we're going to start with some of these books that you've seen on my TBR cart on the bottom shelf where I was like, these are series that I need to finish. We've got A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. That's the last of the 5-book series. Book 6, nobody knows when book 6 is coming out. So currently it's the last in the series as of right now. That's not going to be number 1 on the list. I don't want to go into the year with A Court of Silver Flames, but it's definitely something that we should read before the end of the year. The next one is Hunting Adeline. I rated Haunting Adeline very highly. It ended on a cliffhanger. I could not believe how it ended. If you know, you know. H.D. Carlton, I really enjoyed their writing, so I do want to continue that series. I think it's just 2 books. I don't think there's any more books after book 2, so that would be a good series to check off the list once it's done. Do own that book. Also, I own Court of Silver Flames as well. You can see the rest of the series up there. Okay, the next book in continuing a series is going to be Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. If you see any typos in this list, no, you didn't. Mind your business. But this is also a duology that we need to finish, and I do own this one as well, so it is ready to read on the TBR cart. And then book number 4 is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I do own Divine Rivals, but I do not own book 2, and I want to read it. I did check, my library does have it, so I already have it in the queue ready to go. Whenever I am ready to read it, I can just remove it from its hold position. I'm really excited about that one because I love Divine Rivals. I can't wait to, again, look at this. We're gonna knock out 3 duets this year. Hunting, 1 Dark Window, 2 Twisted Crowns, and then Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I do know that Wild Reverence is a prequel to this series. We might count it as a series, but it's nice to know that I'm finishing the duet, the original duet. The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon is book 2 in the Bone Season series. I'm not sure what the actual series is called. It might not be called that. But I do not own this book. I would love to own it because I did really enjoy the Bone Season. I also don't think it was available at my library. I did look these up to see if any of them were available. I don't think this one was. So that one is on our to buy list. I'm just, you know me, I need a good deal, and I'm not going to buy it full price from the bookstore. So either I need to find it used or I need to find it on Book Outlet. The next on my list is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. As you know, I rated Belladonna 5 stars last November, I think. We want to continue this series. I do own it. I got it from Book Outlet, so it's ready to read. No issues there. The next book, we're moving into our finishing series category now, and the next book is Eldritch by Carrie Lake. So this is book 2 from Anathema, and I believe it's a duet. I do not own it. I do want to own it, and I will probably buy this one new because I have like a special edition of the first book. So I'll probably want to buy the decorative version of Aldrich. So I do not own that, but I do want to own that eventually. The next book that we're going to talk about is Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. This is going to be a new series, I believe, and I do not own it. I'm sorry, I sound so unsure, and that's because I just messed all these up, so now I'm hoping that this is why. But anyways, I want to start Arcana Academy. It was recommended to me by a few people, and I want to see what it's about. I have not read this author before, and I do not own it, so I will have to find it somewhere because my library doesn't have it. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan is going to be a new author read for me. I hear Kennedy Ryan is really amazing. I think in 2026, I'm going to kind of slow down in the like romance category and try to read more of like fantasy or romantasy. Before I Let Go, Kennedy Ryan's been on my radar for a long time, and I do want to see what that book is about. I want to see how Kennedy Ryan writes. I do own it. I just ordered it. It's not physically here yet, but it will be delivered soon. So that one will be on the TBR cart ready to go. Rena Kent is going to be a new author for me. I have not started God of Malice or that whole series. I do not own it. My library does not have it. So I will have to find it either used or through Book Outlet. God of Malice is book 1 of the Legacy of God series. And then we have Mile High by Liz Tomforty. I'm only saying Liz Tomforty because that's how Larry says it, and what Larry says goes. Also, I haven't looked up the proper pronunciation of this author's name, but I'm going to trust that Larry knows way more than I do about this author because she loves that series. So we're going to say Liz Tomforty. Anywho, I tried to start Mile High last year in audiobook form, and the narrators weren't really doing it for me. So I do want to attempt to read the physical book on my own to see if I find any more enjoyment out of it. But it is an author that I would like to experience. My library does have this book, so I do not have to buy it, and that is preferred when I go into books that I don't know the author and I never read the series and I don't know what to expect. I much prefer either like finding it on my Kindle or getting it from the library. Then we have Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. I do own a T. Kingfisher book, but I have not read them yet. So we're going to start with Paladin's Grace this year. It's going to be a new author for me, and I do not own it. My library does not have it, so we're going to have to get creative with that one. Moving into some new releases here. First, we have Two Can Play by Allie Hazelwood. Allie Hazelwood is an auto-buy author for me, and this book is not new. However, it will be new in print, and I have not listened to this audiobook yet. I'm very excited to have a new Allie Hazelwood book for 2026 that we know of, because we know how she is. She drops new books like it's her job. Because it is. But anyways, I don't own it. I do plan to own it. I actually do plan to pre-order it this week. So can't wait for that. The next new release we have is Rights of the Starling by Devney Perry. This is going to be a new release. I think it comes out in April. This book is slated for April. And I do believe that I have it pre-ordered already. So I will be owning that book. Yeah, it's right here. It's marked owned. So I will be reading that book this year. I will have it in my possession in April. And this is book 2 of the Shield of Sparrows series. Next new release is going to be And Now Back to You from B.K. Borison. As you guys all know, this is book 2 of the First Time Caller series. I do not own it. I do not plan to buy it. So I'll either have to find it through Kindle or my library if they ever get that new release in. Just because I don't own First Time Caller. I would buy First Time Caller on discount, but I don't currently own it right now. And then our next new release is going to be The Ballad of Fallen Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. This is book 2 to When the Moon Hatched, which is on display here on my shelf. And it comes out in May, I believe. I'm just pulling all of these dates right out of my butt. But anyways, I don't own it. I haven't pre-ordered it. So no clue how we're going to read that this year, but that's on the list. We have another new release. It is Broken Dove by Danny Francis's book 2 of Silver Elite. I did pre-order Broken Dove. That's really exciting, and I'm pretty sure it gets here really soon. That one will probably be on a TBR to come, maybe in the next few months. Don't laugh at me, but I do have the third Quicksilver book on here just because it's been teased that it's going to be released this year. Nobody knows what it's called. We don't know when it's going to come out. It just says 2026 on Goodreads. Untitled by Callie Hart. Expected publication 2026. So we're crossing our fingers. We're going to call this pretty ambitious. We don't know if it's going to come out, when it's going to come out, but it's going to be read in 2026 if it releases in 2026. Moving on from The Delusion, we have A Day of Fallen Night here. So this is actually continuing the series, and not only continuing the series, we like barely started this series. I am maybe 20% of the way through A Day of Fallen Night, and my goal for 2026 is to finish it. Hello, Editing Mandy here. I just want to let you know that I probably am going to be postponing or soft DNFing A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon, only because I watched Jamie's video today and she actually recommended that if you have not read Priory of an Orange Tree, that you probably shouldn't read the prequel first and just read it in the publishing order, because she said there might be some spoilers in the prequel that could potentially ruin some of the shock value of Priory when you read it. So I think I'm going to soft DNF it. This is not going to be part of the 26 for 26. We will read that book eventually. I may, in place of this, start Priory of an Orange Tree instead. Next on the list is Direbound by Sable Sorensen. This is a new series. I have never read anything by this author, but I do want to get started in this book, and I do own it. So it's just waiting to be read. I'm pretty sure my cat is bringing like its entire like stick and string toy like down the hallway. That's not my business. Okay. It literally sounds like somebody's drawing on the wall. We have Zodiac Academy by the Twisted Sisters, Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Those are their names. We're just going to call them the Twisted Sisters. This is Zodiac Academy #1. It's a new series we're going to start. I do own it, so there is no delay there. We can jump right into it whenever we want. Another series that we're going to start this year that I do own is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I actually own book 1 and book 2 of a series I've never read before, so we should probably read that in 2026. I'd say. In progress, Serpents in the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I'm so glad you brought this up because I've been dying to talk about this. Guys, this book is single-handedly destroying me. Nobody warned me that this book would be this good. Oh, I just could feel the pain like building in my body as I read through this book. It's really addictive. I don't want to stop reading it. I'm flying through it. The chapters are really easy to get through. The writing is great. I'm now a huge fan of Carissa Broadbent. I did order book 2 and 3 to continue the series, and I also will find a way to read the novellas in between the series so that I'm all caught up and I'm consumed by this universe. I'm probably going to rate it 5 stars. You're getting a sneak peek at my rating because I'm not finished with the book yet, and we don't have a reading wrap up for like 3 videos from now, so you're hearing it like firsthand. Yeah, that book's happening right now, so we'll be able to mark this book off the list in like a few days, a few hours. I'm probably going to finish it tonight, to be honest. Okay, moving on. Book 24 is going to be The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I actually own this series, not just the book, but I own the series. So I'm really crossing my fingers that I like this book. The book girlies have recommended this book a million times. I don't think I'm going to hate it. Y'all were right about The Serpent in the Wings of Night. Y'all were right about Fourth Wing. Y'all were right about a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to doubt you now. So we're going to start The Cruel Prince, and it's actually on our January TBR currently. So we're going to read it soon. The only reason this book is on my 26 for 26 is because of Lala. If you don't follow Books and Lala, please do now. I will link it down below. She is wonderful. She is my book data queen. I love her videos. I love how she organizes them, and I watch all her videos, and she loved The Raven Scholar. Do our tastes overlap? No, she hates all the books that I love, but for some reason she loved The Raven Scholar and it spoke to me, and so now I'm going to read The Raven Scholar. That's all I can say. But it's going to count as a new series because there are more books to read. My library has it as well, so that is a plus, and we will jump into that this year. And then last but not least, and it probably won't be the last book that I read, but it's the last on our list. It is a new series that I'm going to start this year, and it's Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. So, as you can tell, we have some Carrie Maniscalcos happening this year. Because we need to get caught up, and I'm hearing that Kingdom of the Wicked is really also amazing. So I don't own this one, but my library has it, so there's no stress there. We will get to it this year. And yeah, that's the list. I can't wait to continue to fill this in, filling in tops or flops, tell you how I feel about my ratings, and I can't wait to plan when I'm going to read these books. It's really quite insane how many of these books I will probably read in the first quarter of the year. So I will have to report back to you in a later reading wrap up to let you know how my 26 and 26 is going, or maybe we'll do like a half year update, but I'm not worried. I think this list is totally realistic and doable. I love that it's only a few new releases, so I'm not wholly dependent on authors writing books and publishing them and releasing them when they say they're going to. A lot of these are books that have been around for a long time, so there's really nothing stopping me from reading these. And I can honestly say I am invested and so interested in all of these. This is probably going to be such an easy list for us to complete, but there's no pressure. If I don't read one of these books, I don't know, I'm thinking of A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon, because I'm struggling with that one so hard. It's not the end of the world. And we always have next year to read them as well. I'm not worried. My script has been back here the entire time. Just pretend like you didn't see it. Guys, I have notes. I need to take notes because your girl will forget everything she said. You don't worry about that piece of paper there. Please don't worry, okay? There's nothing on it. It's just telling me what to do. So that is my sheet. Those are my books that I want to read in 2026. And I hope you found some recognizable titles, some 5-star goodies on there. And you can tell me in the comments below how much of a good time that I'm going to have. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I really had fun creating this sheet and sharing it with you. If you found this Google Sheet helpful, in the description below, there's a link where you can download this sheet for you as well and build your own 26 and 26 list. It's still only January, so it's not too late to build yours. If you made it this far in the video, drop a top hat as a nod to the new year. It's giving New Year's new goals, so share the top hat. As always, I really appreciate you being here with me. Make sure that if you're not subscribed yet, you go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. Also, like the video if you enjoyed your stay here today, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. We live stream, we upload shorts, and we have weekly videos. So we have plenty of things here for you. I appreciate you hanging out with me in my bedroom where we're nice and cozy and warm. I will see you in the next one. Bye!